Welcome back to FantasyFran.com. Sports crazy Chris Barnes. With me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hall of Fame quarterback, Mr. Fran Tarkenton. And Fran, the wide receiver position, we're seeing a lot of emerging stars.
Yep.
But your top five this week, pretty good staples.
Megatron's my top star. he's my Adrian Peterson, a wide receiver, and if Stafford can hold himself together, then Calvin Johnson will have a big day. Chicago does not have a great secondary. He needs to have Calvin Johnson having a big day, and I have him number one. The other one, Vincent Jackson. Vincent Jackson's coming on. Had a good week last week at San Diego.
Yep.
He and Philip Rivers have great chemistry. Playing against Oakland, I think this is Vincent Jackson's week again. Of all the receivers Green Bay has, and they've got them, wide receivers, they've got 8 zillion of them. I love Greg Jennings. I just think he's a superstar in the making. Even though he spreads the ball around, Greg Jennings is always going to get his share of balls because he loves to throw to Greg Jennings. Number 4 is Dez Bryant. He is a monster talent. Hasn't quite matured to where he should be. But with the running game they've got in Dallas, Miles Austin hurt, Tony Romo wants to get the ball to Dez Bryant. And they got to keep people in the box to play the run. So they can't just sit out there and drop 8 back and double Dez Bryant all day. Dez Bryant will get opportunities. Romo will get him the ball. Buffalo's not a great defense. He should have a great day. And our 5th guy might be a little surprise to some people, but Brandon Marshall is a big-time talent. He was in Denver, and he is in Miami, and hasn't taken hold at Miami yet. But last week, he came alive, caught 5 or 6 balls. And I think Miami now, they're playing Washington. They have a chance to really explode on offense against Washington. Washington is on the down trail, and Miami's era is pointing up. And I think Brandon Marshall is the go-to guy, and I think Brandon Marshall will have a big day.
Okay, now 2 guys I got to ask you about.
Yep.
First one's Mike Wallace going up against Cincinnati. You actually have him outside of your top 5, outside the top 10 actually this week. Is it Mike Wallace? Is it because he's going up against Cincinnati? Why so low this week?
Well, Cincinnati's got a good defense. I think it's going to come down to, I don't think it's going to be a wide open. I think it's going to be a typical Cincinnati-Pittsburgh, tough, hard-nosed defensive game, and he'll get his opportunity. I just didn't like him as much as I like these matchups in the top 5.
Yeah, and actually last week I would agree with you. And the other thing is Antonio Brown's taking away from his touches. And you also have Julio Jones ahead of Roddy White this week.
You know, I like Roddy White. I think Julio Jones has a chance to be a superstar. I really do. The plays he made 2 touchdown catches last week. One a long catch. He made he was covered. It was about a 55, 60-yard pass. Makes an incredible catch. Then he takes a slant play and shows his speed and outruns the whole place. And he's a big-time talent. And with Roddy White there, they're not going to be able to double Julio Jones, because how do you double Roddy White, Julio Jones, and the tight end Gonzalez? And then you got to load up the box to stop Michael Turner. I think Julio Jones they'll find more ways to get him the ball because he's a big playmaker.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Well, these are pretty much your top 5 wide receivers for Week 10. They should have great days. Also, while you're here, make sure to check out all the projections, all the comments done by Fran to make sure that you're starting the right guys to win your Week 10 matchups. And, of course, join us back next week, Week 11, right here, FantasyFran.com.